Happy Sunday, my brothers. Happy Sunday. Oh, good afternoon, my brothers. Y'all know I had to do this. Man. The Philadelphia Eagles lose 33-16 to the Tampa Bay Bucks. The Bucks, they were coming off a devastating loss to the Denver Broncos. I don't know how the fuck that happened. How do you lose to Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos in your home turf? I don't get it. The NFL is a weird league. I mean, the NFL is weird. I mean, this isn't, well, I mean, college is weird too. I can't say that, but the NFL is parody personified. Any given Sunday, any team can whoop another team's ass. And plus it's early in the season too. You know, my Cowboys have looked extremely disappointing, brothers. We got blown out by the Saints. We got blown out by the Ravens before we came back, and that was garbage time. But we're 2-2. It's early in the season. You're not 1-3. You're not 0-4. You're 2-2. It's too fucking early to write your team off. You know, we didn't look great against the Giants either, but this is the NFL. This is the NFL. A win is a win at the end of the day. And speaking of wins, the Eagles didn't get one today. The Saints just lost two. Younghoe Koo, the Atlanta Falcons kicker, hit a 58-yarder with 2 seconds left. Won them the game, 26-24. It's parity, baby. Any given Sunday. So we look at the Saints. Everybody was on the Saints bandwagon. They lose 2 straight. They lost one to the Eagles last week, and then they lost to the Falcons today. And then you look at the Eagles today. You know, Denver goes in Tampa. You think Tampa is going to just completely, you know, like roll over and die against the Eagles, and they came out dominant. They destroyed the Eagles. Now, I know a lot of Eagles are going to come out and say, we were without A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Lane Johnson. Listen, man, the defense had, 16 missed tackles? I don't think Lane Johnson plays defense. A.J. Brown doesn't play defense. Devontae Smith doesn't play defense. How do you give up 16 missed tackles? And then when you look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense, they only had 3 sacks. Before this game, they only had 3 sacks on the season. They had 6 today. They had 6 sacks on Jalen Hurts. 6. And then, and you know, Eagles are going to come up with these excuses on the offensive side. You still got Dallas Goedert. You still got Saquon Barkley. You still got Jahan Dotson and Jalen Hurts. You still have an abundance of weapons out there. No excuses. And, you know, the Eagles are trying to claw their way back. They're in the red zone, first down. And what does Jalen Hurts do? He turns it over in the red zone again. This is his 3rd time turning it over in the red zone this season. Man, if that was Dak, man, ESPN, everybody would just give him a hard fucking time. But it's Jalen Hurts, though. It's Jalen Hurts. We got to protect him. For whatever reason, we got to protect him. Just like Joe Burrow, we got to protect Joe Burrow. We got to protect Josh Allen. Even though Josh Allen is having a phenomenal year. But any other year, we got to protect them, you know, and Jalen Hurts is part of that protection. Man, the first 2 offensive drives for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were fucking outstanding. I think they had an 80-yard drive and a 78-yard drive for the first 2 drives. They haven't had a touchdown on their opening drive since, I believe 2021, and they got it today against the Eagles. I'm telling you, A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith and Lane Johnson don't play defense, dog. Vic Fangio is overrated. I don't know why. I'm glad that they hired him, but and my football mind is like screaming, why did you hire Vic Fangio? Why? It doesn't make sense. But, you know, the Eagles are going to do Eagle things. Man, I think, Baker Mayfield had a completion percentage of 74.4% today. He completed 74.4% of his passes today. That's a career high for him. The Buccaneers had a tough time getting the run game going. They got it going today. The rookie, Bucky something. I know his first name is Bucky. And you got Rashad White out there. Hey, the run game, they did some things out there today. And then Mike Evans, his old ass, he can still get it done. Chris Godwin is looking great out there. Then you got the tight end Otto. I'm just saying, the Buccaneers, they basically did whatever they wanted to do. Baker Mayfield did whatever he wanted to do. I mean, it was just a complete masterclass from the offensive side of the ball from the Buccaneers. And Vic Fangio didn't have an answer for any of it. None of it. So you can say all this bullshit about A.J. Brown being out, Devontae Smith being out, Lane Johnson being out, but they don't play defense, son. That defense is terrible. Horrible. And then C.J. Gardner-Johnson is out again. He's hurt again. This dude is made of glass. The NFL game is just way too physical for C.J. Gardner-Johnson. He needs to look to retire soon. He got his ass hurt in Detroit last year. He got hurt this time. He got hurt when he played with the Saints. He's always fucking hurt, man. That's what happens when you run your mouth and you throw your whole body on the line out there to make some tackles. His body's not made for it, man. C.J. Gardner-Johnson, his body isn't made for it. It's too physical for him. Too physical. He puts his life on the line every time he plays out there, and it's going to come back to bite him. It always comes back to bite him. He's always hurt. Saquon couldn't really be Saquon today because they got behind early so quick. It was so quick. Those two offensive drives by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers was simply amazing. Those two drives were, I'm like, they were just moving the ball at will. They could do whatever they fucking wanted. And that set the tone for the rest of the game. Now, there were a couple of times where Tampa Bay, they had a bad play call here and there, or on that blocked extra point attempt. There was a couple of things. They made a couple errors, but for the most part, flawless game. Great game by the Buccaneers. And no one expected this to happen because they had such a stinker against Denver last week. That was inexplicable. But like I said, any given Sunday, any team can whoop your ass. Any team will give you a game. That's why I understand that we didn't look great against the Giants, the Cowboys, on Thursday night, but that's a division rivalry game. The Giants haven't beaten us since 2021, and they're going to do whatever it takes to, get a win against us. So they were playing hard. They know us inside and out because we meet with them so much twice a year. And it was a Thursday night game, too. Just a win is a win. And then you look at the Saints, they were rolling high. They blew out the Panthers. They blew us out. And then they have 2 straight losses. So, y'all, it's too early. But thank God for an Eagles loss. I love it. They're going to get on the bye week. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Lane Johnson, I'm sure they'll be back in the fold after the bye week. I think they got, who do they have? I think they have the Browns. They have the Browns in Philly. I expect Philadelphia to win that game, but, it's the Eagles. They play down to the competition. They'll probably, give it a game. The Browns may sneak away with a win. Who knows? I know I'm praying for it. But, yeah, man, the NFL, such a weird league. I wonder if who's winning between the Colts and the Steelers. Everybody's rolling with the Steelers right now, and everybody think, the Steelers are world beaters, but, they were down for most of the game against the Colts. And I think Anthony Richardson, I think he was out today with the hip. And what's the old man's name? From the Baltimore Ravens. He played with Cleveland last year. Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco came in there today. So, man, the NFL is such a weird league, man. There's a couple of weeks where teams look like they're going to compete for a Super Bowl, and then the NFL humbles them. So the NFL is extremely humbling. Just take your wins where you can get them. It's like us Cowboy fans. We need to calm the fuck down. We should have blew out the Giants. We should have did this. We should have did that. Listen, man, just take the win and just enjoy the win. I was like that after the game, but just taking a step back. It's hard to win in this league, dog. It's hard to win. Just take the win. Just take the dub. And that's what I'm doing. As I get older, I'm like, man, we can't keep complaining about a dirty win or ugly wins. Like, a win is a win. Just take it, man. The Bengals, they're going to win this game. But, they were winless going into this week. I'm sure they would love to have 2 wins right now. You look at the Ravens. The Ravens got Buffalo tonight. I'm sure they would like to get to 2 wins on the season. So shit, the Cowboys are right in the mix. Listen, I know Micah Parsons is out. We don't know his timetable. DeMarcus Lawrence is out for a couple of weeks. But this team can go to Pittsburgh and beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. Dallas can go into Pittsburgh and win that game. Then they have the Lions. The Lions, everybody's high on the Lions, but you can beat the Lions. You beat them last year. You can beat them this year at home. And then you got the bye week and you get ready for the San Francisco 49ers. So, brothers, I'm done. Just enjoy this fucking, the Cowboys won on Thursday. The Eagles lose today. The Saints lost today. Just enjoy this. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy this week. Don't let it get to you. Because I know sometimes I let that shit get to me. Y'all know it gets to me. But just enjoy this shit. Eagles lose. Today is a great day. I'm going to be watching the Redskins game. Hopefully the Redskins can get a nice loss too. Because fuck them. All right, my brothers. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.